All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today's workshop, part 5 of creating a template or a Zoom show document for the extra hours. We will look at what we've achieved so far and make some adjustments. One of them being a special appearance from Ronnie, who is going to show us how we can use ChatGPT 5 to create custom layouts for the split screen layer. And we'll probably utilize that later on in the extra hours template. We also have to do some work on the extra hour template with replacing the full screen things with also a script and fix the lower third, automatic lower third for that so that we can use automatic lower thirds and give people a proper name in their lower third. All right, let's get started. Ronnie, why don't you take it from here and show us how to use ChatGPT 5 to make split screen layers?
Yeah, so what we discussed earlier is to try to make split screens look exactly like other layers that is doing a specific function, but utilizing the new way of populating the inputs in the split screen layer type and utilizing then the custom coordination system that is inside there. And it's kind of time consuming. It's going to hack all these values on your own, or do some mathematics and Excel sheets, etc. So we've been doing this for ages in other aspects of life, like creating web pages, etc. So when ChatGPT, the previous version of ChatGPT, I tested doing this on that one. It wasn't kind of easy to get it working the way I would like it to. It was getting very messy. So let me just share my screen and show some prompting. And I think you should be seeing my screen now. So what
yes,
I did—
we see your screen. Awesome.
Yeah. So what I did is I started working with the basics and letting me create a prompt that actually let ChatGPT ask me a few questions so that I can make sure that ChatGPT understands what I'm doing. So this is the prompt. I should be able to have it a little bit wider, but okay, it's readable, I guess. So it starts with just a few simple comments about what we're trying to do. Then I use the normal way of telling it some rules that are in place for this. And I'm also in the last part telling it which steps I would like this prompt to do, and that is easy things as how many video boxes would I like to add to the canvas, what format, etc., and also the constraints and how we're calculating the center. So in the custom version of the split screen, the coordinate starts with 0,0 at the lower left corner, and in the upper right corner it's 1920 by 1080, and of course larger if you're working with larger canvas, but this is a full HD meant for Zoom. So and the thing is that each video window is center-based coordinate, so you have to then just add the width and height to that object to get it placed. So kind of spectacular calculations going on here. And I also added a fine load-pod format, which tells ChatGPT what type of format I'm going to expect. And I'm sorry for the Norwegian comments here. When I did this earlier today, I had it in Norwegian mode. So it just tells me how to do stuff and some examples. And it tells me that when it actually is going to export or finalize the output, it's going to do it the exact way I told it. So what I just did kind of quickly is to tell him to generate 3 horizontal 5x4 boxes in a single row, evenly spaced with 20 pixels between, centered vertically on the canvas. And I would like you to output the coordinates. And then it did the thinking, show me what he was doing, and then just spit out the numbers. And let me just add those to the chat maybe. Let me see, where did the chat go? There it is. So for all those that would like to test this in a split screen layer, they can do it themselves. I'm not going to show it because it's working flawlessly. And the thing I forgot to tell it was that I needed not a 5x4, but I needed a 4x6 format. So I changed it and let him do the calculation once more. And this is the second data set. I'm going to add that also to the chat for you guys.
And Ronnie, just so for anyone's jumping in now that wasn't here on the last one, what we're doing is this is a split screen layout or a split screen layer, but with a custom layout that actually requires you to put in coordinates. So for those that don't understand why we're dealing with coordinates, is because the custom layout asks you to put in these coordinates to determine where these boxes are going to appear on screen.
Correct.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you, Alexander. And then I saw that, and when you are testing these coordinate pairs or quads, you will see that we miss some padding on the left and the right side. So I just added a command to add padding, but keep the same format. And it just did the calculation once more. And this is then the last one. And for those that are following, could just paste that into the custom coordination text window. And that was the final result that I got by these 3 windows. So I've done this multiple times. And most of the times that I actually see that it messes up, it's because I have not been being too detailed in the specification. So first I just add the prompt and then I ask my question. And if I'm kind of not asking in a good way, it could be that you are having to go a second round and just create a new chat and then start again from basics. But this and of course this is a prompt I made in less than 20 minutes, fine-tuned it a little bit here and there to get it to ask me the correct question. So it's kind of easy to see what you can do. But I would also like you to think of another way of doing this. So this is when you are having a clear understanding of what you're going to describe using only words. But we were playing with this Friday. And what we saw was that, well, if we're going to use a really, really advanced layout, we need another way of doing it. So what we actually did
Ronnie, can we maybe just demo quickly putting those coordinates in to see what the results are?
Yeah, you can do. Let me just open the correct window here. But you see where we are going with this. Let me see. What could we use? We can use the extra hours v2 maybe. Yeah. So what you see here is we have a 2-up layer.
I'm just seeing ChatGPT here.
Okay, so that was weird. Maybe that's another window. Okay, can I stop sharing?
Sure.
Yes, you can.
So, and then I'm going to maximize this window and then start sharing again. Yeah,
now we see the correct window. Yes, cool.
Yeah, so what I can do now is just to duplicate a 2-up window. So just rename this for I call it custom, maybe. That's good word. And to be able to get the custom window, you have to use this control panel or just choose custom. And what you see then is that you have a source count. And this should, of course, be the number of sources that you would like to do. In this case, we are using 3 sources. And as you can see, the layout doesn't fit what we are trying to do. So we can put this live as well. I'm just going to shut down all the other ones here. So what we can see is the coordination coming from the example inside the layer itself is not the correct one. And if I'm going to back to chat here, we're going to just copy the first one that we did, just that we have an example. Thought it was just easier to do everything in one run. So what we got first is this one, actually kind of neat. Not the first one, that was the last one. So the first one is like this. So this is where I set it to be 5 by 4. And you can see also the canvas is also controlled by the outer paddings. This is something we have to discuss because maybe the padding should be, when you open a custom layer, it should probably be zeroed out. Maybe we can discuss that. Then the second,
yeah, it actually should be zeroed out. Yes.
Yeah. So in the second iteration, I did it like this, and then you see it's starting to look a little bit more nice. And now I'm going to just zero out all those included padding in the default settings of the layer, so that you can see how it really looks when we have it. And here you see on the left side, on the right side, we were missing some padding. And when I just asked ChatGPT to add some pixels of padding to the left side and the right side, it became like this, which is totally awesome. Okay, let us just sum up what I did. I made a prompt in ChatGPT 5, told it to be a specialist in creating coordinates on a 2D surface or a canvas. I gave it a lot of rules to apply by, and I told him to ask me a question of what I wanted to achieve. And you can use simple text, just describe what you would like to do. So this was the first iteration we were playing with. This was Thursday, I think. And then we were playing as well on Friday, and we started to get into a little bit problems when we are going to describe this. How would you like to describe this template? It's not exactly easy. You could start with, I need a window on the left side, 1/3 of the, and then a bigger window on the right side, which should be 2/3, etc. So we started to getting into troubles when we wanted to create more advanced layouts that we had visualized in our mind, or that we have just captured from professional broadcasters like Office Hours Global, using their templates as a kind of inspiration for what we wanted to do. So I'm not going to use the pictures from Office Hours Global, but I'm just going to introduce you to the concept of using an image instead. So what you're seeing here is Keynote, and you can easily just use, I'm sorry for Norwegian language here, so you can just use Keynote to create different aspect ratios and kind of just sketch out what you would like to do. We also tried this with hand sketches, just on a white paper that we used a phone to take a photo of, and the ChatGPT just made it all come through 100% of the times. So it definitely is something else, this ChatGPT. I'm going to just show you that as well. Let me just get that chat up and running. And if you have any questions, just ask.
Well, I think it's super cool that ChatGPT is able to do that. So I remember we were struggling last week, but it's clearly the way you structure the prompt makes a massive difference in the results. And I'm sure it's gotten better. Ronnie, would you say that the results are better with ChatGPT versus the version that we were using last week?
Yeah, ChatGPT 5 is incredible advanced on this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm still using the same chat that we used to just in the start of this, and I'm just going to add a picture, and let me see if I can just get my pictures going here. So I will do one of the pictures that you saw in the let me find the one that I'm looking for. It's probably in my downloads folder. Yep. So this is the picture I'm going to upload. Come on, where are you? I'm going to drag drop it in here. It's not working for some reason. Maybe it's because of the sharing. Weird. Not able to drag drop that into. Maybe it did work. No. Okay. I think we have to. I think you might have to. I can't get it to drop a picture. Okay, so I'll stop there and don't mess around with this as a problem. I can find out why it doesn't accept the pictures. But what you can do is just to export the picture from a Keynote or whatever you have, a photograph of a paper that you drew on your desk or whatever, and you can just feed that into ChatGPT, and using the same prompt, you tell him to use this picture instead of the input, instead of the text, and just have it calculate everything. Of course, if it's a hand-drawn image, you would need to use a few more forth and back to get it to exactly adjust stuff. Tell it, for instance, using the 2x2 up from office hours, it made a little bit difference on the left side alignment. So I had to tell it that all those 4 windows are exactly the same. So you just use the 16:9 format, and it made it work like nothing. So doing these advanced coordination calculations is something you don't have to do manually anymore. It's being fixed by ChatGPT. It's amazing.
Awesome. Should we stop the screen share at this point?
Yeah.
The obvious question is, where can we find the prompt? And I'm sure Ronnie will post it into the mimoLive experts community on Discord. And we will also put it on the documentation for the split screen layer. Of course, ideally, the split screen layer would have some sort of designer thing, like, where you can draw what you want, like you did in Keynote. But this example shows how you can utilize, AI today and solve these kinds of problems, which is awesome. Okay. So, Alexander, how are we gonna apply this to your
That's a good question. And I should start my screen share here. So let me just go and see where we left off.
yeah.
Because what we were trying to do last week was we created this custom layout, like what Ronnie was doing, with 2 boxes. And basically this, we called it a one-up with screen share. So the idea was to have somebody, the host or whoever was going to be doing a screen share in the smaller box, and then have the actual screen share show up in this box. So this is kind of where we left it with respect to the layout, but we didn't get so far as to get the video in here because I think there's also some scripting updates that we need to make. And also, when we started this, Oliver also mentioned that we also do need to make scripting updates too for the full screen, for some of the buttons that pull people up, I believe, or was it or maybe it wasn't the full screen, it was the layer sets. I think there were some scripts that need to be updated because we had some issues with the names not updating because we've made changes for the lower third graphics specifically.
So for the lower third graphics, what we have to do is we have to first fix the full screen thing. And I think you can either use a placer layer with full screen, just one layer, and then we use the scripts to update the source that's being shown in that layer. And then we can ask the layer to give us the name of the source. And that's how we are gonna
Right.
update the lower third.
Okay. It's funny. It's work. The names are working today, but they didn't work last time. I'm not sure
Well,
why.
I think what how are you? Let's go and look at what's happening, because what are we seeing in the are we seeing the full screen playouts now in
Yep.
yeah. So if you
So
go and
so these are full screen.
scroll up in the layer stack, um we should see the layers there. Scroll up more. Okay, this is the full screen layer, so we can select, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But right now, I think we have assigned these by, yeah. But I mean, we can leave it if it's working. Um,
It's working for now. Yeah. I
we
don't know
can leave
why
it
it
this
broke
way.
last time.
Um, I think what it's working now because you now
Well,
have
that's
the,
that's broken. So John is showing up as Sarah for some reason.
yeah, I think because that's because the lower thirds are actually being done manually there. Is that, or did we? I don't remember how we set up the script. Maybe we can go
Well,
and look at the
let's take a look.
script. Source setup, split view selector, spot selector, and then we have the lower thirds name automation. And I think what we did is um, oh yeah, we went through all the sources and, manually assigned those. Basically, we looked at
Right.
the source and copied the information
I wonder if the
to
issue
one of the
is.
lower thirds. And in this case, I think the problem is probably that your button that you use to put John um,
Mm-hmm.
on screen also selects a um, a lower third, and it's selecting the wrong one. So if you look
Okay,
at
so
your
John is in box 6 right now. So let's look at the button. You're talking about the layer set
no, I'm talking about um, yeah, the layers, yeah, exactly, full screen. See, you've
set.
selected Sarah Müller as the lower third and John Kinsborough as the full screen. In this, you can see it right here in the screen. The variant
Uh,
that you selected is the wrong one,
oh
so you
yeah,
have to
there we
switch to
go.
that. So if that works now, then we don't have to fix that. If it don't fix it if it works, is one of the things that we like to do.
There we go. It works
Um,
now.
okay, awesome. So we've solved that problem without solving any problems. Okay,
What are we going
good.
to do the rest of the evening?
Yeah. I think we have
Well,
we still have the
I'm just
um
wondering though, is this because I'm wondering if these sources change? So, for example, if John in the Zoom source, like if I change this to somebody else, does that break it?
no,
That's the question. It shouldn't,
no, it won't.
right? Because it's
As
looking
long
at the
as
source ID, right? It's pulling it
yes,
direct.
and it's like it's the source. There's like 7 sources. What it breaks when you delete a source or add a source, then it might break. But right now, because you have the correct number of now if you've broken number 5, basically.
I'm just fixing it now because there
No,
a
yeah, no,
bunch of
you
them seem
broke
to.
it. You
Did
broke
I?
it because you have to select the same name in both. Now we have Eileen Kovac. Okay, now there. Okay. Good. Sorry, I didn't. Somehow I thought it was a different name. So
Okay, so let's see if 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's this correct. Michelle, see this one's broken too. It's not set up correctly. So where's Michelle? How come Michelle's not showing up in? That is Michelle, and Michelle is not. That lower
so
third isn't showing up.
there's no lower third for Michelle. So that's probably the problem. So this is the full screen layer, and if you scroll up, there's the lower third layer, and there's
And
only
there's no
one, two,
Michelle.
three, four, five, 6. So you need to make another one. Make that
It's
select.
because you know what? It's because the meeting has 8 people, and we decided for this template that we were only going to do a show with 6.
Okay.
That's why. And
But then
I've changed the
you have
name.
but you have added in full screen you have added like in full screen you have more than 6 because
Well,
otherwise there
no, I
would
only
only
have 4. If you look at the remote control
no you
surface here.
look at the layer actually, and that's the first thing we have to look at,
Okay.
and then look at the full screen layer and see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's the screen sharing. Okay, that works.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So I know.
you shouldn't have like in full screen 4, you shouldn't have selected. Well, you should you still have yeah. Why is there like in full screen 4? Why is there an option to select someone that doesn't have a lower third?
I don't understand what is going on here.
Yeah,
Uh,
you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You may have not created the correct full screen um list of full screen things. So you should probably go through
okay.
that.
Jamal,
Jamal,
Annika,
Annika,
Louise,
Louis.
Michelle, Elena, John, Sarah, Susan, which we're not using. So that's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I have
But
7
then,
people in this source list here.
that doesn't matter. But what matters is that we probably don't have the same set of people in the lower
That's right.
thirds.
That's
So
right.
we need to go and fix that. So go to the lower third layers. So we have Jamal,
There we go.
Annika, Louis, and then we are missing Michelle, but we have who do we have instead? Which
Uh,
Helena, John,
oh, Sarah is not
Sarah
in the full
Miller.
screen.
Okay. Sarah is not. Sarah shouldn't be in the full screen because she's the 7th person. So we need to
Right.
go and fix the script so that the lower third, the 7th lower third, the 6th lower third is not set to Sarah Muller, but it's set to what is the Michelle? Or we have yeah, maybe move the Sarah Muller variant up to where Michelle should be, so we don't get confused. Um, so under Lewis, yes, and then we go to the script, and then we have to find the one that sets the Sarah Muller one and change the source for that. So that
And
soon shows
so
1, 2, 3,
Michelle
4.
4. So that's 4.
That's 4. So maybe we
And look
have
at
the
that.
wrong.
And we nicely put comments in here so we know which one is Zoom source 4.
Yes. But then we may not have taken the Zoom source 4, which one? The Michelle Zhang. We may have used the wrong API endpoint here. So let's just copy that into. Yeah.
And that's all we need, right? Just that string.
Yes, that's all we need. Yeah.
So
And
it
that
ends
should
in
go.
DC1. So now if I go back here, what is Zoom source 4? It is set to
That is correct.
that. It is set
It's
to that.
correct, but it's not it's still not the correct, because it starts with 1.7 and not 1.4.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay, so
it ends the same way, but it's not the same. Paste. Okay, so now that should have fixed it.
now
So
let's
since
try
it's
this
already
again.
running, it should just update that. So you can go up and see if we have the correct. No, scroll up, and it should the list should now be the same. No, it's still Sarah Müller. I think we screwed it up because
Hmm. Wonder what happened here.
yeah, maybe we should try a different approach for the script. So we don't, because right now to fix that, we have to go through Zoom 1 source and so on and so forth. And also we have to see which layer we feed it to, because I think we may have screwed it up because we've moved the we are
Can I
writing
undo that? Can I
um
undo that change to the script?
mm,
Let's see if I do Command Z.
yeah, I'm not sure.
It doesn't work.
No,
No,
it doesn't work. So now
no,
we
no.
lost it.
It works as long as as long it's up. Yeah, but maybe we want to let's see if we can get the name from the if you also can get the name from the placer instead of the source. So if you go to the go scroll up in the and go to the full screen and just copy the API endpoint for Jamal Carter, for example. Just copy that and then go to a browser, to the Safari browser, then make a new window, and then we have to add, I think, 127.001 and the number to the front of this URL. So before we have to scroll all the way to the front, and 127.0.0.1 colon 8989, and then enter. Then we should get all that we get back, and then we look for if we can see
What are we
if we
looking
can
for here?
we're looking for the name. So we're looking for where is the source name. Oh, we don't get the source name. Oh shit, we just get the source. Scroll down, scroll down. I don't think we get the I don't think we get the name, the clear name. We only get like the ID of the source. So how do we do this? Hmm. I think, yeah, let's step back another step. Let's try and see if you go down to the scripts. We have the spot selector, which selects in which spot something goes. And we have the split view selector, which defines what split view we are setting. And then we have the top one is the source selector, source setter. So, do I remember how this works? Does anyone remember how this works?
I know this is way above my pay grade.
Yeah, I think you have to do something like what do you select first? We should have done it in the correct order.
I mean, I
Um,
still have that BB edit document where we were copying, pasting all this stuff,
yeah,
source
yeah, yeah, no,
API
no, no,
keys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I have to. What do? We want to put source one into spot one for, yeah. So, mm, so what would we do if we had if we make a split view selector that is going to the full screen split view, to the full screen layer? Um, I think that should be really easy. Can you look at the screen? Click on two up and look at the script there. No, 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 down the scripting and the scripting. Look at the scripts. Two up and look at the script. Okay, so layer ID two up. That's all we do. We select what layer ID will set the document
Mm-hmm.
spot one, two. Um, how do we spot selector? Go and look at the spot selector. Let's see what we're doing there. Spot one. Let's look at what spot one is doing. Set global split view image input TV1 source A image. Ah, okay. So that's how that works. Okay, so we can use the same system to put something in the placer. Split view spot, TV source A image. But the placer doesn't have a TV in source A image. Unless we use a split view with just one. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we make a split view that's called one up. We have one with screen share, so let's do another one that's called one up. Okay, now we select we go and make it a custom, or do we have a one by one? No, we don't.
Nope,
So we
there's no
make it a
one.
custom, and the custom only has one source. So now we need the source. Ronnie, can you quickly provide us with the coordinates for the source? I think let's do it's center and then width and height, right? So center of a 1080 by 1920 is 960. So the coordinates is remove can you go to the layout and layout data? Just remove everything, and then it's no, 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 no. We need
You said
something.
remove
So
everything.
yeah, but then leave it open. And then we have to put in one thing, and that's 1920 is the half of 1920 is 900 what is 920
Where's
1920
the
by
calculator? I need a
2.
calculator for that.
Yes. Mm,
You
calculator.
dividing it in half? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. The center of the screen is half half. So it's 1920 by divided by 2
That's
and
960.
960. So the first thing is 960, the second comma, and then 1080 is 540. And then let's make it comma 1920 by 1040. 1080, 1920, comma 1080. So that is a full screen thing. If we remove the border, which is okay. So scroll down
It's
to
off. Turned
geometry,
off.
and you go to, no, that's not it. Yeah, window top left and remove all of
Just
that and set
0.
it to 0. Yeah. 0. Now we have one that's one up. And if you put that live, we can see it. All right, so now we have to go and add that to the script, create a script, split view, and we go to the split view selector and we make a duplicate one of the, not the, no, the layer
Just a new
variants.
variant.
Yes,
New
a new variant. And we call that one up. And now we have to go into the script.
How do I move this to the top now?
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
worry about that later.
Okay.
So go into the script of that. And now we have to find the ID for the split view layer. So that's, yep. Exactly. Back to that one up. Yep. Now make a new line and then just copy that. Yeah, new line. And then just copy the ID and replace the other one with this. And then we have to just, and then we have to just remove the rest. Yes, exactly. And now it should also already work. So if you set the split view selector to one up, make that live. And then we select source one into spot one. We have to say, I think we have to select spot one. Spot one, yes. And then press the, now we can select the source up there. And then it should show up. Yes. Awesome. Exactly. So now what we could do is we could actually use the source setter to also update the lower third in the
Right.
same script.
But how would
Because,
you put, how are you going to change? I guess you would just use through the remote interface. We can just stick with that one up layer and then just switch the video source, right? We don't have to do
well,
anything
you
more.
do it the same way you did the other buttons,
Right.
and you
Okay.
just make a new line for one up buttons. And also another one, we make a split view selector for make a duplicate of the one up, and then we can make the same thing for the screen share. the one up with screen share.
Right, but isn't that going to create a lot of buttons? Like this is already pretty
No,
busy
you
now,
can
so
yeah, well, yeah, you can remove the blue buttons from full screen 1 to 6 and replace them
right.
with the other ones. So
Okay.
there's no more buttons. And the one you will have one more line with the one. So we if we do the one up with the split screen view, um, yeah, with the screen share, then you will have one more line. Let's
Okay.
see if we
So
can we do the same? Can we use the same thing to set also set the we can't set two at the same time. Yeah, no. No, we have to make a duplicate of the one up script. Not yeah, exactly. Duplicate layer variant. Yes, exactly. Sorry. Okay, and call that one up with screen share.
all right.
Awesome. And now we can select that and we can do the same thing we did for the one up. We get the layer ID from the split screen view with the one up with screen share. Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, now we have the same system working for. So if you go and select the split screen view, and spot one, yes, and go up to the split screen view so we see it on screen. Make the layer and the other one, turn the one up off and make the other one live. And now we can, yeah, we can also put that off, yes. And now when you now press source one or two or three, then yeah,
Oh, look
you
at that.
can. Yes.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's
So
cool.
so now we want what we could do is we could when you select one of the sources for um the one up. Uh,
But the question is, if we're gonna use this for full screen, how am I gonna get the lower third on? How do I
yeah.
trigger?
So that's the next thing is that we need to set when you select whoever goes into this, we
Yeah.
also need to select um the lower third name. So we have to query um
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, we can go and what's the source of truth? The source of truth is what's selected in the so we should go to the script, to the third automation script. And I might be that might be um that might be out of my league as well.
That's
Let's
okay.
see.
I'm
Let's
actually
see.
running out of time.
Okay,
I'm
so
running out of
we'll
time.
do that another time. Okay.
But
So
that's cool that you can do
what
that.
we have to do now what we have to do now is we would have to ask the the one up if you go into the one up we have to actually ask it what source is selected in source A
Right.
and then
Right.
ask that source to give us the name. So that's how that would work.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna save a new version of this, and I'm gonna call this template extra hours v3 just in case I need to, for whatever reason, reference previous changes.
Yeah.
Always save. There we go. Okay, great.
Okay, good.
I think we can probably end it there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good show. Any questions?
And thanks to Ronnie, that was a fantastic demo with ChatGPT 5. That kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much.
It's too
All
long.
right. All right, good. Yeah, so we'll call it a day for today because our main cast, Alexander Knight, needs to jump off and do something else. We can stay on after we stop the recording. Mark, hey, if any questions are, if there are any questions, I will be happy to field those questions and
Sure. I'll
wish
stick around for a few more minutes. I got another
Alexander
5 minutes.
a good client meeting. All right.